Okay, I like to sort of lurk around YouTube sometimes, and I like to watch some of these gun videos, and I noticed that there are some people out there who they sort of hate people who are who they consider to be behind the times, like people like me. They look at me and they say, well, he's got a bunch of old guns like revolvers, and he's got these old surplus guns, and he's behind the times because he doesn't have any of these cool plastic guns and stuff like that. And most of these people are like Glock owners. These guys, they love Glocks, and there's like two groups out there. There's the Glock lovers, and there's the 1911 lovers, and I can sort of understand the 1911 lovers because the 1911 is the greatest pistol ever made. I'm just kidding. The Glock is a fine pistol, and the people who own Glocks, by and large, are fine, decent people, mostly. But like I said, these guys think that you're not cool you're not thoroughly modern unless you got a freaking plastic pistol. Wow, to you guys, here, check this out. Boom! Huh? Check this out. Now I'm going to have, this is an Interdynamic KG-9 made in Miami, Florida. I love Florida guns. Just like Florida people. We're different, okay? So, here we go. I'm going to have the wife get a nice zoom in on this. Can you get a nice zoom in on this so that you can see what's printed on this plastic receiver? Plastic receiver. So can you get a nice video of that? It's nice and focused and everything, so people will think you're still a great camera person. I love you so much. All right, okay, I'm sorry. All right. So here you see, you notice it's got a really low serial number, under 1,000. That's because they didn't make too many of these. And like I said, so you can ask me, when did I buy this gun? I'm gonna tell you. 1982, baby. 1982. This was one of the early guns that you could buy with a plastic receiver. And is that cool or what, folks, for 1982? I'm thoroughly modern kind of guy, huh? Now, this gun not only is cool because it's got a plastic receiver, but this gun is special because of this. And I'm going to show you right now. Check this out. I'm not done yet. Watch this. You check that out? Oh, yeah? This is a legal open bolt semi-automatic pistol. Now let's go over this gun a little bit. Here you have the magazine release. You know, I couldn't find the magazine right away. It's somewhere. It's hidden somewhere in my stuff. I'm going to have my wife go through my stuff, and she's really good at finding things. I'm telling you, when it comes to finding things, it's like the force is with her, okay? So she'll be able to find that magazine. I think it's a Walther type that's got a 36 round capacity. This is a 9mm gun, by the way. If you look at this gun, this is just meat and potatoes, real simple. You got this nice cocking handle. I love this cocking handle. It's much better than the little hockey puck on the M11-9s. So you pull this thing back, and that cocks it, open bolt. But what I love about this gun even more is, watch this. This baby has got a safety notch just like my Sten gun. And that is freaking cool or what? I love that. I bought this gun just because of that, folks. That's just freaking cool. Anyway. So that's how you operate the gun. Like I said, the only safety on this gun is that safety notch, which is really what I call cool. Anyway. So, there's a story behind this gun, and I know you guys hate it when I come up with the stories, but, you know, when you get older, you like to talk, because talking is one of the few things that doesn't hurt you. It doesn't cause you pain, because everything else hurts. The story on this gun started around 1980, and there were two companies, RPB Industries and this company here, Interdynamic, and they wanted to make a semi-automatic pistol. Now, in the case of RPB, they wanted to make a semi-automatic version of the Ingram M10 and M11 machine guns. And with Interdynamic, they also manufactured a machine gun version of this gun. So this is the semi-automatic version of the machine gun that they made. So these guys, being very upstanding companies, they submitted prototypes to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms so that they could examine them and determine if the gun is safe for them to manufacture and sell. So the ATF took these 2 prototypes and they examined it, and they says, yeah, this is nothing but your common semi-automatic pistol. So they said, you can make as many of them you want, just make some money off them, right? So they started making them. And then some gang members in Miami, and I presume LA, they got a hold of these guns, and they found out that if you could convert these guns into a machine gun with a file and about 5 minutes work. And they proceeded to do that, and the ATF got wind of this, and they went in 1981, I guess. They went back to these 2 companies and they said, "Hey, remember when we approved you guys making these pistols? Well, we changed our minds, and we're going to classify them as machine guns. So you're going to have to register these guns as machine guns." Well, these guys said, "Well, hold on, you gave us permission to manufacture these guns as semi-automatic pistols, and we got like 1,000 of them in our inventory left, ready to ship." Well, this was back in 1981, and this is before the ATF decided that they were above the law. So they said, all right, we did give you permission to make them, so we'll let you sell the ones you already manufactured, but if you manufacture any new ones, you have to register them as machine guns. So that's what they did, and that's how this gun is still legal. It's what they call grandfathered in, because these were made when the government said that it was okay. Okay, but nowadays the ATF, they think they're above the law, and they think their farts don't smell, and they basically, like, if you owned a bump stock that the ATF proudly proclaimed as being totally legal for you to own, if you own a bump stock, they change their mind, but in this case, you're gonna have to turn that bump stock in, or they'll throw your ass in jail for owning a machine gun. And that's the difference between 1981 and now. So anyway, that's what happened to this gun, and that's why I've got it. And when I bought this gun, the guy who sold it to me, he took it apart, and he showed me inside the receiver the works in this gun, and someone had painted a little arrow with some tester's paint, and this little arrow pointed to a certain part that could be filed down to make it into a machine gun. And I asked this guy, well, how did this arrow appear on this gun? And he says, I don't know. It was there when I got the gun. So it was there when I got it. And I figured maybe it was some kind of a divine marking, like a stigmata or something. So that was like the stigmata of the gun, and I never removed that. Now, if you guys expect me to take this thing apart and show you that little arrow that's pointing to that particular part, I ain't going to do it, because I'm not stupid. I may be a little crazy, but I'm not stupid. I'm not going to show you guys how to convert this gun into a machine gun. All I'm going to tell you is that this gun is not a machine gun. It was never converted, and it will never be converted. Because right now, as it stands, this particular gun, being a legal semi-automatic open bolt gun, is worth some money. I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to believe how much people are paying for these guns now. But it could be worth $1,500, $2,000, maybe even more than that. It's crazy what people are selling, buying these things for. But once that part gets filed down and this is turned into a machine gun, this gun is only worth 5 years in federal prison. Okay. So I just wanted to mention that. Now, about that little arrow that's painted on this gun, like I said, I never removed it because it was sort of like a stigmata mark for this gun. But I might have to remove that, because about 6 months ago, the ATF, they arrested a guy, and he had a little piece of sheet steel about this big, and drawn on this sheet steel with a magic marker was a drawing of a part they call an AR-15 Lightning Link. And the ATF actually declared that magic marker drawing to be a machine gun, and they arrested this guy for having a machine gun drawing. So nowadays, the ATF is declaring shoelaces and drawings to be machine guns. Like I said, because they think they're above the law. They think that their farts don't stink. In fact, I think they enjoy the smell of their own farts. But I'm just telling you is that I might have to remove that damn arrow, because I wouldn't be surprised if the ATF decides that that freaking arrow is a machine gun too. It's getting so freaking ridiculous here. I wouldn't be surprised if the ATF changes their mind and decides to recall all of these particular guns and says that, well, you're going to have to turn them into us because we changed our minds again. And this time, because of our non-stinky farts, we're going to take these guns away from you. You're going to have to turn them in. If that happens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this gun apart, and I'm going to have a barbecue in my backyard, and I'm going to turn my gas barbecue up to the highest temperature, and I'm going to take this gun apart, and I'm going to put this plastic receiver in that barbecue, and I'm going to give the ATF a nice little piece of molten plastic, and that's the only thing they're going to get from me, because I ain't not going to give those bastards a working gun. That's just the way I am. But I am a thoroughly modern kind of guy, folks. So I hope you enjoyed listening about this really unique and rare and cool gun. So you guys can understand now that I'm not an old fart. And, well, I'm an old fart, but I'm a modern fart. Okay, so enough about farts. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'd like to thank my beautiful wife for taking this thing. I hate it when I see people on YouTube when they're sitting there and they're holding a gun and they're using their own camera, their other hand to use camera work, and it's like watching a video of some guy taking a ride on a roller coaster. It's like, so this is why I really appreciate my wife for taking these videos, because she's freaking fantastic. I mean, anyway, I'm just saying. So thank you very much, and that's enough.